Hey everybody, I don't know if you're all there yet, but I will be going live in exactly 2 minutes. I'm assuming that I am live right now, but I can't really tell. It looks like I'm live. Nope, I'm live now. Okay, so I'm going live in about 2 minutes. We're going to do a little Facebook Live, probably not more than 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes actually. It's real fast, so you can just kind of go through it and get out of here. And I'll be very happy that you will be joining me today. And we're going to talk about how to stop fearing being alone and stop settling for less. Also, in my title up there, I put make sure you get my ebook, The Truth About Codependency. It's a quiz and an ebook, and it's free and it's my gift to you. So make sure that you get that. And we will get started in 1 minute. I'm just kind of grabbing some bullet points here. I will be on in a couple of minutes. Hopefully you guys will leave comments, and if you have any questions, let me know, and I think I'll be able to see them in the comment section. All right, 1 more minute to go. Almost there. I don't see anybody yet. If you're here, let me know. Leave a comment. Maybe some of you guys are going to come on a little bit later, or not. Maybe you're just going to see it in the stream, in the feed. Okay, we're getting up to 12 o'clock p.m. All right, in this Facebook Live, I'm going to teach you how to stop being fearful of living on your own if you've made the decision to leave your partner or have already left your partner. More importantly, this will help you learn how to be your own best friend so you no longer have to settle for less in your relationships. I'm Sherry Gaba. I'm the founder of Wake Up Recovery for codependency and toxic relationships. I'm also the go-to expert that was alongside Dr. Drew Pinsky on VH1 Celebrity Rehab, and I am the author of Love Smacked. So welcome everybody. I know we're all kind of busy with the holidays right now, so I'm not sure if we have too many people here, but I will be keeping this Facebook Live in the feed, so definitely you can check it out at any time. So if you've been following along, we talked about a process for creating a life free of obsessing about your partner, your ex, or any other relationships. And I shared how this is going to immediately help you achieve greater self-esteem, a better understanding of your own true self, your values, as well as the ability to reflect on and understand what you really want and need in a partner and in your life. Hi, Mandy. Oh, yay, we have somebody here. Hey. I think everybody's shopping, Mandy, so you may be a private person here. Oh, we have Abdulila. Okay, we have another. Oh, Miriam here. Hi, Miriam. Oh, good. We have a couple people here. Great. Anyway, so I was saying that I shared you at one point how to achieve greater self-esteem, a better understanding of your own true self and your values, as well as the ability to reflect on and understand what you really want and need in a partner in your life. So if you haven't been following, go back into the Facebook feed and you'll see a couple of other Facebook Lives. So today, the goal is to break free of your self-limiting beliefs and fears. And this way, you'll never have to worry about being afraid of being alone because you'll be your own best friend and you'll no longer have to settle for less in relationships. We've got a lot to cover today. Although I'm going to have you pretty much in and out pretty fast because I know we're all getting ready for Christmas. But get a paper and pen ready so you can take notes. Coming up, I'm going to reveal the truth behind the old belief that you can't possibly be happy on your own or that you'll never find anyone better than the toxic person you're with. It's just not true. And more importantly, I'm going to share with you what you need to know instead. So let's get into the heart of today's Facebook Live. You know, us codependents are afraid to be on our own. We're like panic stricken about being on our own. A lot of us struggle with early trauma, abandonment issues, early wounds, separation anxiety. I know that I had those issues. And we're always needing constant affirmation and companionship, a lot of attention. We need to be needed. That's a huge hallmark of codependency because we believe deep down that our partners stay with us because they're dependent on us. So a lot of times picked partners that I thought needed me in some way, needed to live in my home or, have the family atmosphere that I provided or the security maybe that they needed. And I thought that was part of why they stayed. So I learned, of course, that that is not a good reason to have somebody in your life to feel that they need you to be with you. So those of us struggling with codependency issues don't trust ourselves, and we're not comfortable trusting others either. But eventually when we do this work and we move forward in our recovery, we start to trust ourselves. And then, we're not afraid of the people that we're picking to be in our lives because we now have worked on ourselves. I know I have a lot of people that'll say, but how will I know, this person's trustworthy? Or how do I know I'm not going to pick another addict or another narcissist? But if you keep staying in your recovery process, you're not going to be the same person that you were, and you'll be able to trust yourself. So one of the reasons that we don't have trust is because there was no one that really was trustworthy in our lives. I see some more people coming in. We have Sue here. So hi, Sue. I'm so excited that you guys have made my Facebook Lives. I was afraid I was going to be all alone here the 2 days before Christmas. Anyway, maybe we've been neglected or abused or abandoned by our parents. Maybe we had addicts as parents or narcissists. Maybe we came from a divorced family where, in my case, when I was raising my daughter, I was just trying to survive. So maybe we had to treat maybe our parents treated us as little adults, and we just didn't have the capacity to deal with that. We were just too young and we didn't understand. So those are some of our early wounds, and those are some of the things that I think keep us stuck and afraid of being alone. We just never felt really safe. Hi. We have Gisette. Hi, Gisette. Hey. So we spend our lives looking for relationships that will nurture us the way our parents never did, but instead we end up with these self-centered and unavailable partners that are often addicts or narcissists. We're kind of picking what we know. We pick what's familiar. Often we call this repetition compulsion, that we pick what we know. We pick partners that replicate our parents. If we had abusive parents, we might pick someone who's abusive. If we had an addict parent, we might pick an addict. So it's really common, and don't beat yourself up because that's human nature. In a codependent relationship, neither partner ever really gets what they need, because as much as we'd like to and as much as we'd like to and try, we can never get back what we didn't get as children. I think it's really important to understand that you can't rewrite history. And I know that's hard to hear, but you can't. So you've got to start from today, picking better. And the more you do this work and the more you keep going, within, you're going to have a much better chance of picking somebody really great. So not to mention there is little or no dignity or respect in a relationship, and with both parents are unable to disengage when it's obvious the relationship's no longer working. So we really have to learn how to detach if something is just no longer working. So the key to being comfortable on your own is discovering, accepting, loving, and being true to who we really are. I know it sounds kind of like people say it all the time, you got to love yourself first, but it's super true. You've got to be comfortable on your own, discovering, accepting, loving, and being true to who you truly are. And becoming a healthy adult means learning to let go of all the unhealthy, toxic lessons you learned as a child and learning how to live independently. I mean, really kind of loving that inner child, bringing our adult self into our relationships, and having great compassion for that little wounded inner child. You have to learn how to live independently before you can live interdependently. When I divorced my addicted ex, I had to spend a lot of time developing me. I had to find all the lost parts of me that were hidden away. I had to nurture new friendships, find new interests. I had to discover the things that I truly loved. What were my preferences? I was so busy focusing on everybody else, I didn't know what I wanted. So to stop focusing on not what I thought I was supposed to love doing because that's what I'd been taught as a child, or because it's what my partner needed. So starting this journey of self-awareness is definitely not easy, and it can be painful learning to live on your own. But the bottom of the pain is where you're going to find insight. And I know we're at the holidays right now, and it may not be the best time to let go of a relationship that you're in, and I get that. And you don't have to. And maybe there isn't definitely a right time. This is where you are today, but we're planting seeds here, right? So if you're in a relationship that's not working and you eventually are going to detach from it, just the seeds are there, and be grateful for that, right? So even if it's not the time that you're going to leave, you have an opening. This being here right now gives us an opening. So really, pain, and as much as we want to avoid it and distract from it and numb it out, is really the doorway to healing. So if you allow yourself to be open to the pain, you'll hear messages from the deepest parts of you, maybe even your higher power, that will not only bring you peace and healing, but even save your life. So being afraid to be alone is a dance of fear, insecurity, shame, and an old way of being. And so we have to kind of turn that on its head. And fortunately, it's within you to learn a new dance. The dance of power, the dance of courage, the dance of determination. It's about letting go of desperation, honoring your true values so that you stop settling for unacceptable behavior from others. I often ask the question to my clients, if your child, picked this sort of partner, what would you say to them? And, you might say, oh my God, you've got to leave that partner. That person is not worthy of you, and so forth. You've got to use that same self-love towards yourself. When you know and appreciate your own worth, you're able to be autonomous. You're able to be less vulnerable to falling into other codependent, toxic relationships. So as I mentioned, no one, including our partners or exes, can give us everything we didn't get as children, because our childhoods are in the past. It's really important to acknowledge the neglect or abandonment of your childhood, but at the same time, you need to learn to let go of that childlike part of you. They have a saying in the program, you got to put your big girl, big boy panties on. Hi, Brandon. I'm so excited you're here. You're my biggest fan these days. You can learn to accept and heal those early wounds rather than use them as an impetus to seek or stay in an unhealthy relationship. I often share my own story of early childhood abandonment. And I know some of you have probably heard it a million times, but hopefully one new person will hear it and it will help them see that, even a therapist, even someone who specializes in all this stuff has their own issues. Really, we really do. I'm not up here, you're not down here, we're creating this together. Anyway, I was a premature baby coming into the world 2.5 months early. I received no touch, no nurturing, no bonding, or healthy attachment to my mom, because I was in an incubator for those first 2.5 months with my own mom not being allowed to hold me. And this early attachment wound set me up for a lifetime of separation, anxiety, and abandonment issues. It affected every decision I made in intimate relationships because I couldn't bear to be alone. So I often settled over and over again to avoid that emptiness I would feel if not in a relationship. And we also, we often talk about addiction is the opposite of connection, and often it's that emptiness that often addict, alcoholics, codependents are running from. But my life's work, and truly my life's work for myself, professionally and personally, is to help you heal the way I have, with the right support to work through this early trauma so that you can have a fulfilling and healthy relationship, which I am working on today. So let's just do a quick review of what we just covered. First, we saw a whole new way to think about how to stop being fearful of being on your own. And you can use what you learned here today, even if it's just a little something, you can use this to immediately help yourself let go of your fears and create a really happy and healthy life that you desire, that you deserve, with or without a partner. Speaking of taking action, before we go, I just would love for you to leave some comments. And I'm so happy you were all here, Mandy and Miriam and Sue and Gisette and Brandon. Thank you so much for being here for this little tiny tidbit Facebook Live. Tell me what you would like your life to look like a year from now. Maybe leave a comment on what you would like to see your life look like in a year. Once you've applied all of these things, what does this look like for you? And if you found the Facebook useful, you can share it on your own Facebook. You can also join my Facebook group, excuse me, Codependents Recover. for continued support. And also, I'm giving away a free ebook, which is in the title. In the next Facebook Live, I'm going to show you the process I use to help you discover your authentic self, so you can find what brings you joy and meaning, rather than being focused on everyone and everything around you. And so it's kind of everything we're doing every week in these Facebook Lives. It builds on everything we've talked about today. And most importantly, it outlines everything from discovering your authentic self to what you need to live happier, healthier, and in a more fulfilling relationship. And first and foremost, a fulfilling relationship with yourself. You'll identify a few things that are maybe holding you back from discovering the real you. So take what you've learned here today, this little tidbit of a Facebook Live, and start putting it into practice. Maybe you're just in the beginning stages, but you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Maybe you can apply it right away. The key thing is to get moving. You'll want to take those little baby steps, which will get you where you want to be. I want to thank you all for joining me today, and I want to wish you all a very happy holiday and a very happy and healthy 2021. We're in this together. It's been a really rough year, and I really applaud you for showing up for yourself today, right before the holidays, and that's showing worthiness of yourself, and that's showing self-love. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, I'll see you in our next Facebook Live. Bye-bye.